What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, as you can see, I'm out here on the road doing work today, and I got some breaking news out of New Orleans, Louisiana. And it's referring to the 5 New Orleans inmates that were remaining on the run after the jailbreak 2 weeks ago. Now, today, in the middle of the night, news broke that 3 of the 5 remaining inmates have been arrested. 2 in Texas, 1 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I'm going to give you some commentary, but I want you to see what they're saying real quick in this series of videos to get you guys up to speed of how these guys were caught. And this is some of the dumbest stuff, and I'll explain to you why. These guys got caught in the craziest ways, and 2 of the 3 got real problems, which I'll explain in a second. Check it out.
Good evening, I'm Lynn Cannon on KHU 11 Plus, coming to you from the KHU 11 newsroom. And we have breaking news to tell you about on a story that the whole nation has been talking about, those escaped inmates in New Orleans. Well, tonight we learned 3 more of the escaped inmates have been captured. Here's the interesting part. 2 of those arrested, and you're looking at them there, were picked up in Huntsville. That's about an hour north of Houston at 7:30 tonight. Huntsville PD, DPS, and U.S. Marshals all involved. The captured inmates, that is Leo Tate in the black shirt on the left, Jermaine Donald in the white tank top on the right. They led officers, we're told, on a high-speed chase through the Huntsville area. That chase ending near US 190 and Geneva. Jermaine Donald, the one on the right, was in the Orleans Parish Prison on a charge of second-degree murder. Leo Tate, again, he's on the left, was behind bars for obstruction of justice. Both men are now in the Walker County Jail right now. Huntsville Police Chief Slavin is thanking all the agencies involved to take these dangerous suspects into custody. Again, it was a high-speed chase through Huntsville tonight, where these men were captured at about 7:30 this evening. Also, that 3rd escapee, he was captured in Baton Rouge tonight. So out of the 10 inmates who escaped from Orleans Parish Prison back on May the 16th, 2 remain on the run. There's the infamous video in the escape from Orleans Parish Prison back on May 16th after midnight. 2 remain on the run. It's been 10 days of intense scrutiny of the Orleans Parish Jail and the sheriff in New Orleans. A $20,000 reward remains for each of the final 2 fugitives. A total of 11 people have been arrested, accused of helping the escaped inmates. One of them was a jail maintenance worker. Investigators said from the very beginning this escape could not happen unless the inmates had some kind of help from the inside. Again, tonight, 3 more arrests of the inmates, the fugitives on the run from the Orleans Parish Prison in New Orleans. 2 still remain at large. We do have a crew headed to Huntsville tonight. Maria Aguilera will be our reporter there. She'll have a live report on KHU 11 News at 10. We'll have more details for you then.
Recapture 3 of the remaining escaped inmates. That leaves just 2 on the run.
Andres Fuentes reports that Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald were captured in Texas. First, let's begin with Gabby Killett, who is live in Baton Rouge, where police caught Lenton Van Buren.
John, Lauren, 8 inmate escapees in custody and 2 to go. I'm here at Louisiana State Police headquarters in Baton Rouge, where police say they are speaking with Lenton Van Buren Jr. upstairs. Let me move out the way here so that you can see this vehicle. Police unit behind me is where police will be taking Van Buren into custody. They will then be going to the East Baton Rouge jail and onward from there to state facilities. Now, Baton Rouge police captured Van Buren this evening on the bench at a shopping center parking lot where he sat in front of a sneaker store. Now, police tell us that Van Buren was in that shopping center off of Airline Highway near Interstate 12 in Baton Rouge. He was previously tracked to addresses in both Mississippi and New Orleans East, and court records detail that at least 4 alleged accomplices who helped him are now in custody. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick promised to arrest all inmates at large late last week.
These people are going to be caught. That is a given. The timing of that may change depending on if people have left the closer area. Obviously, all the attention is here. All of the manpower and resources in an intense form is here within the city and our region.
Now, 18-year-old Patricia Van Buren and 27-year-old Tyshania Randolph were the latest accused of helping Van Buren evade law enforcement by bringing him to a home in Mississippi. Two others, Lenton Van Buren Sr. and Angel McKee, were also arrested in connection with aiding and abetting Van Buren. Police say they housed him in the aftermath of the escape before he traveled to Mississippi. State police investigators began to track the four alleged accomplices from phone calls Van Buren made to one of his sisters from a jailhouse phone. He told her to be outside of the facility by 11:30 p.m. the night before the escape. Police say one of Van Buren's sisters told them she saw her brother via video call inside of the vehicle of one of Derek Grove's associates. Police say that woman, who has not yet been placed under arrest, allegedly dropped Van Buren off at McKee's house in New Orleans East. Now, anyone with information regarding the whereabouts of the men who are still at large are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. Law enforcement is offering a $20,000 reward per inmate for any leads that can lead to an arrest. This is Gabby Killett reporting in Baton Rouge, Fox 8, Local First.
All right, and then there were two. Authorities recaptured Leo Tate, Jermaine Donald today north of Houston, Texas after a high-speed chase.
Andres Fuentes joins us with the latest details on that.
John Lauren, Huntsville police arrested both Tate and Donald with the help of other agencies. They say that they were both arrested at US 190 and Geneva in Walker County there in Huntsville, just north of Houston. Both Tate and Donald face additional charges tied to their police chase that they did today. We're waiting on more information as to exactly how that police chase started and how it eventually ended. The duo right now is being held at the Walker County Jail, and Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Responti says that they will soon be sent back to Louisiana in connection to the New Orleans jail escape and the charges that they were originally locked up for.
I don't think so, unless they committed some separate crime in Texas. They're going to be brought to a courtroom there, and they're going to be extradited back here, is what usually will occur.
Now, the arrest of the duo in Texas after the police chase and now Lenton Van Buren in Baton Rouge comes after a massive 11-day search involving local, state, and federal agents across the region. Dillard University criminologist Dr. Ashraf Ishmael says that catching the escape inmates before they get settled into communities is crucial.
You know, I felt the longer this went, the harder it was going to be to identify. Just from history, when the days go by, the longer it is to be able to identify and catch folks. And so this is it's certainly a positive. And certainly the idea where they've been located and identified in Baton Rouge and then two in Houston shows that we've obviously doing a very intense search.
Dr. Ashmael says that neighbors also are more at ease now after an inmate arrest, especially after the three today, with some families and some attorneys leaving the New Orleans area altogether due to fear that one of the inmates might try to locate them. Ashmael also says that it's encouraging to see so many tips about the location of those inmates come from people in the community. Back to you guys on the desk.
All right, thanks, Andres. With Van Buren, Tate, and Donald all recaptured, that means the two escapees remain. Derek Groves, who is a convicted murderer, Antoine Massey, an accused domestic abuser with a history of escapes.
All right, guys, you've seen it. Now, I'm going to talk about these two that were caught an hour outside of Houston in Huntsville, Texas, right? Where they have a prison up there. My thing is this. These guys are dumb. And I'm going to explain why. I know you want to run, which was a stupid idea in the first place, especially when you ain't got no plan and you just flying by the seat of your pants while being wanted by every policeman in America, depending on where you at, and everybody's got a bolo out showing your pictures every day, so on and so forth. Why in the hell, and I want you guys to listen, why in the hell, if you are escaping, would you be found together? And hear me on this. Say me and another person are escaped inmates. If they can't ID me, they will definitely ID somebody else. It's hard enough these people are being told on when they're by themselves, solo, and all of a sudden you want to run in a pack? Makes no sense. They were in a car, a high-speed chase with police. Crashed out, got caught. Right? Now you got charges in another state that you're going to have to go and serve time for, in addition to escaping in Louisiana. So now you got cases in Texas and Louisiana. That's making a bad situation that much more worse. Makes no sense. They traveled in packs. And I'm more than sure that was instrumental or key in them getting caught or identified. Now, let's get to this Van Buren guy. A lot of his family members were arrested. We've been talking about that, right? And I said to myself, you know, with all of these people, it's messed up that they put their family willingly in danger and the family willingly helped them. And they allowed that help. They chose to leave that place. I don't see how, as a man, that I would put my people in danger for actions I voluntarily did. Now, this Van Buren guy was found in Baton Rouge. Now, I told you yesterday, I don't believe any of them are in New Orleans. I still believe that. Ain't none of them 5 in New Orleans, and 3 of them proved it. 2 was on their way down here to Houston. 1 is in Baton Rouge. And why would you go to Baton Rouge anyway? Baton Rouge full of police. And it's a rough spot, known for crime. And they're going to be searching Louisiana with a fine-tooth comb. This the part that blows my whole shit. He was in Mississippi. Then he came back to Louisiana. You on a run, they're looking for you in the state, the hottest state. And the state you don't want to be in is Louisiana. He comes back. He's on a bench in front of a sneaker store with slides on, eating Carl's Jr. Embarrassing. You don't even have sneakers on your feet, but you're in front of a sneaker store. The irony of that. You couldn't even run. You had on slides. Then they take a picture with you sitting up there with Gucci slides on, looking crazy as hell. That what the sum total of what your freedom was? You wanted to get out, eat Carl's Jr., sit in front of strip malls and wear Gucci sandals? This dude's family helped him. They're locked up. Now he got caught. It's not a good look. Anyway, stay tuned for more updates. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. The dumb get dumber, which we see, and the rich get richer, the ones that run the prison system. These dudes right here screwed theyself immensely. They said the Van Buren dude was on the phone with his family talking on a secured line. A secure line. Who talks on a jail phone? You know what, I'm done. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.